My favorite thing about being a farmer, I think, is just because I'm so involved in the crops side too and the cattle. I guess what I've really found is planting the seed, taking care of calves, and just watching them grow into what they become. I mean, all the hard work that you put into feeding a baby calf, taking care of it, putting that seed in the ground, giving it the proper nutrients, doing what you can to be the best plant it can be or be the best cow when it gets older. I guess for me, that's one of the most rewarding things and the thing I love the most about being a farmer. Alsteen Farms was originated in 1900 by what would be my great-great-grandpa. I would be the 5th generation, and my parents, Mike and Pam Alsteen, own the farm. We milk around 550 cows and we farm around 2,000 acres. Our team of employees consists of 12 full-time employees helping with various tasks around the farm. And then we do have some seasonal part-time guys. My days can start from 3 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning generally. And most mornings I am here in this barn feeding calves. And then other mornings I will be helping my dad feed cows. So my days, it depends on the day. Sometimes we have herd health where the vet comes and checks cows to see if they're pregnant, so I'll be helping with that. Other days we have hoof trimming. And then I am also involved a lot on the cropping side, so I do a lot of crop stuff on the computer, whether it's analyzing data. And then wherever my dad puts me for that day, I could be in a tractor or I could be moving animals. Really, wherever I'm needed, I am kind of well-rounded, I suppose. Having my dad as my boss is definitely fun but challenging. So when I came back to the farm 5 years ago. I think it was a little bit of a dynamic to try to figure out how to complement each other, I guess I would say. I have become a lot more involved in the social media world, and it took him a little bit to accept that. But I think it was a good way for us to communicate differently and better, and I guess it's harder for an older generation to let go of reins sometimes, and I definitely think that over the years my dad has learned by me challenging him on some things just how to let go of some reins, and you know, it's definitely a fun dynamic to work with him, but obviously there comes some challenges as well. Conservation practices that we do on our farm are variable rate seeding, fertilizer. So before I came back to the farm, I went to UW River Falls for ag studies and a crops minor. When I got done with college, I worked for a local seed company, and from when I worked there, I did a lot of variable rate prescriptions for farms. So basically I would make a prescription for a field, and it would based on soil types, I would place certain amounts of seed or fertilizer in the areas of the field to make sure we're properly putting the right amount of seed and nutrients to be utilized. So I guess dad-daughter dynamic is when I worked for that company, I really pushed for my dad to have this approach of being proactive and I guess making sure that you're not wasting nutrients. So I think our farm is unique for a couple different reasons. One big that I think is really important is making sure your employees are treated well so they enjoy working here and like to stay here to work. So one thing that we do is for the last 2 years now, we've done a monthly employee meal. So one day a month we choose, so my mom and I cook a meal, and throughout the day guys can come and eat. And to me, I think that it's something that they really appreciate, and it's something as simple as, I mean, we do raise animals for beef, so for us, we have a lot of beef in the freezer, so it's just an easy way to show those that are working here that we do appreciate them working here. And then one other thing that I find our farm unique is I have started hosting a lot of on-farm events on the farm. So during the summer, I do what's called Carol's Cow Camp, and so I have, over the past 2 years, I've had over 150 kids on the farm between some different events, and they get to do anything from feeding a calf, petting calves, pushing up feed, seeing how milk is produced and harvested from the cow, making butter. And so it's just a lot of fun. And then we've also last year tried for the first time what's called Fitness on the Farm. So we did a farmer-inspired workout course around the farm. So those who maybe are not familiar with the ag industry or farm got to come onto the farm and do a course throughout the farm and work out with the girls. And we did different things like tire throwing, climbing up and down tractors, carrying pails of grain. So it's just, and then I end with a farm tour on that one. So it's just a really fun thing for me. I love showing the community and those around us what I do for a living and how much fun I have day to day. So I guess that's one thing I'm passionate about, is showing others the life I live. And so I guess that is one unique thing about us. I'm very open to schools coming in and having all these different on-farm events. So one goal of the farm that I have would be, personally me, just with all the on-farm events that I love having, is finding a way to be able to be more efficient in showing the animals and how they are being milked, so that kids can come see, but they don't necessarily disrupt the animals and, you know, stress them out a little bit while observing. So I guess our parlor is on the older side. It was built in '99. It has done us very well. It is still holding up very, very well for being how old it is. And it was retrofitted into our stanchion barn. So alone, that barn, the barn is an older barn, which we make do with what we have, and it is working phenomenal. Our cows are happy. They're producing, you know. So I guess, but in my mind, I don't have necessarily a number in mind. I would love to be able to stay on like the medium side, just to be able to still enjoy the day-to-day tasks on the farm. The advice that I have for a future farmer is, I've learned from working with my dad, if you have ideas or if you want to say something, just say it. I mean, just put it out there. The worst that he's going to do is tell you no, and then come back in a few weeks and tell you the idea, and in the back of mind, you know it was your idea, but it's now his idea, so it's okay. So I guess that would be just say what you want and tell him your ideas. And then also for those who are maybe in school yet, in high school yet, or not sure what they want to do, I really enjoyed, and part of my parents' rule, I guess, is you have to go off the farm, get a degree of some sort, work for somebody else, and come back, and make sure you want to come back. And I guess that is one thing that I really also find is an amazing opportunity, because the amount of networking you do, the people you meet, and I guess just getting off the farm and you really realize what you have here and how much you enjoy it. So I guess that would be my other thing, is just, it's okay to leave the farm for a little bit and work for somebody else, because you will appreciate coming back to the farm when you work for somebody else.